And what's cracking, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. How's it going, everybody? I'm just getting my charts set up, and well, in addition to that, we're also going to be doing a $1,000 giveaway today. That's right. Money, 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 money. So I'm just setting up this spin the wheel. Once again, we're going to be doing giveaways throughout this week. So if you guys want to qualify, get into the link to Bitunix in the description below, deposit 50, and you qualify. So essentially, you get onto the wheel. Let's see who we got in here. Sean Dexter, hello, handsome. How's it going? Crypto Dean, what's cracking? Crazy Greek Freak. Alrighty, John. How's it going, John? Tofik Hachim. You were there last time, Tofik. How's it going? Crypto Sleeper. Now's not the time to be sleeping, Crypto Sleeper. Come on now. Wake up, wake up. Now's the time to lock in. Kenny Co. Alrighty. We're the party is growing. We're gonna wait for a couple more people to actually pop in. In the meanwhile, what I want to do is I want to reward you guys who actually chimed into the comments section last time. Where is it? Because, well, I told you guys that, you know what, if you tell me what altcoin you want me to cover, well, I'll cover it. Just all you got to do is get into the comments section and tell me what altcoin you want me to cover. So I did mention that in the previous live stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the comments section of that previous stream and see what you guys said, because I know that quite a few of you actually chimed in there. So thank you. Guys, your comments never go unnoticed. Like, I'm always looking at your comments. Okay, so please, if I'm like sort of on the move and I notice your comment and I don't respond, that's my bad. I really need to improve on that, so I will. But I really, really appreciate it, guys. So I'm just going to take like a old school, I got paper in front of me. I'm like really, really old school with my note taking. So we got GALA USDT on the list. It's been a while since I last looked at GALA. Is it GALA? Is it GALA? I don't know. You know, half these cryptos, you just never know how to pronounce it. At least I don't. Like, I got so much flack for pronouncing ADA as ADA in the previous bull run. They're like, no. But you know what I found, guys? That even Charles Hoskinson, if you look at like a bunch of his videos, he never really says the token name as much. Like, he'll call his project Cardano, but you'll never hear him, take the name of the token. Have you guys noticed that? It's the weirdest thing. Okay, we got T-Fuel on this list. Sol is already on my list. Who was in here? Kiribin asked for Sol. Okay, XRP is always on the list. You XRP folk, you guys are lucky. I love XRP. We got ETH on here. Okay, I want to look at ETH for sure. HBAR is here, but we did cover it. I did like a whole video on it yesterday. So if you guys haven't already watched that video, go ahead and check it out. Like, that was a dedicated video on there. And some of you guys just have such nice comments. Thank you. Like, it goes a long way. Han says, great stream. Hey, can you please go over? Yeah, Dogecoin. Absolutely. Okay, so this is the list that we have. Now, of course, if you guys want me to cover your coins, well, mention the comment section, because that way I know, you know, the list that I should have sort of prepared for you guys. Okay, dokes, with that, I know I'm still like on the main screen. Krisha, get your act together, girl. Get your act together. Let's cue that intro. And how's it going, you guys? I had like the craziest nap today. You know some of those naps where you're not really taking the nap is taking you? I had one of those. It's like I call it the pasta nap. Because I had like a really good carb meal after a workout, and I don't know about you guys, but I like totally crashed after carbs. So yeah, that was great. That was great. So I'm like, you know, all fresh and ready to, well, take over the charts. Mind you, I haven't really looked at too much today. It is a lazy Sunday, so I kept it for my fitness. And yeah, just it's been pretty chill. It's been a chill Sunday, and I really, really hope that you guys have also been having a very chill Sunday. I wanted to do this live stream particularly because I don't know about you guys, but I've been noticing like this theme can you call it a theme really? Not really. But like a narrative of sorts where people are talking about September being a bearish month. So I actually found some pretty cool historic data that I want to go over. What we're essentially going to be doing on Bitcoin specifically. I'm on the wrong chart. Why am I on Cardano? I mean, we'll be going over Cardano. That's why I have the Cardano chart opened. But this is the chart that I want you guys to look at right now, which is, I'm just going to get rid of my wheelie, which is, well, Bitcoin, right? This has been really, really neat. And oftentimes over my years of trading, I've found that if you just keep, people often try to overcomplicate things. They feel like to make money, it's got to be complicated. Don't tell me that making money is easy. It's just got to be complicated if it's anything to do with money. But oftentimes you'll find that it's just the simplicity where you find the biggest edge. So we've been looking at this system where every bull run, there's been a linear phase, a linear growth phase in price action, and an exponential growth phase in price action. But together, they form the bull run. So what I want to do here today is I actually want to go over every bull run so far, at least the data that we have for each bull run. And I want to go through like a month-over-month basis as to how well Bitcoin has done. Has it been a positive month or has it been a negative month, right? And particularly I want to look at the month of September because I don't know about you guys, but right now the biggest narrative is September is going to be a bearish month. Yes, there are some systems pointing to it, but none of those systems, I'll be honest with you, at least the ones that I'm looking at, none of them really have confirmation today. Okay, there's no confirmation just yet to call September a bearish month. Now, of course, I could stand corrected, but like I said, I'm going to be waiting for information. I'm going to be waiting on confirmation because if that confirmation is not there, do I really want to be jumping the gun? What if I miss out on an opportunity, right? So I want you guys to keep your eyes open because whatever it is, I think we can all agree on one thing right now, that these charts are looking fantastic. Okay, Bitcoin is looking great. The altcoins are looking great. So eyes on the prize, stay locked in. I'm just going to go through the comments. Okay, wow, we got a party today. Sweet. Your audio's cutting on and off. Is it really, guys? Oh, the stream is freezing. No, please don't freeze. Is it okay now? I hate it when this happens. Is there anything I can do? Is it my... Ooh, wait, give me a second, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back onto my starting screen. I think I know what's going on. Give me a second. Where is it? Okay, I think I know what happened there. I think that should solve it. I'm really hoping that solves it. It's good now? It's good now. Okay. Okay, sweet. Okay, I think I had my VPN on. So maybe it could have been that. Hey, how's it going, Sean? I had a bit of a technical difficulty. Audio great. Okay, sweet. So what we're going to do is we're going to first start off with a giveaway, of course. Today we're doing a $1,000 giveaway. So let's begin with that. I got the wheel ready. Now, of course, once again, every live stream there is going to be a giveaway. So there will be an opportunity for you to actually, well, jump in. Okay, all you got to do, get into the description, use the link to Bitunix, and well, just sign up for an account, deposit 50. That's it. That's all you got to do. Okay, if you really want a guaranteed win on your sign up, then just deposit $2,000 because I believe they have an amazing deposit bonus campaign. Deposit $2,000, they are literally giving you $400 to trade with for free. Okay, so basically take advantage of that. So let's begin. Let's begin with the first roll. So the way we're going to be breaking this up, now this was last time's winners. Congratulations to these winners. But because this is going to be a $1,000 giveaway, what we're going to do is 250, 250. So we're going to have a total of 3 winners. Let's do that. 3 winners sounds good. And then on tomorrow's live stream, we're going to have another group of winners. Alrighty, so let's roll. Let's roll the first winner for the first 250. Krisha, where's your wheelie? There it is. Okay, for the first $250, let's spin it. Alrighty, we got our first winner for $250, ending with 7127. This, of course, is based on your Bitunix UIDs. You will be receiving your prize within the next 24 hours. So this is winner chicken dinner number 1. Alrighty, so now for the next 250, let's go ahead and spin it. Alrighty, okay, so now this is winner number 2 for another $250, ending with 9137. Let me, I was supposed to sort of copy paste these numbers. Kresha is all over the place today. Okay, hide choice. Did I hide the choice last time around? Remember what happened last time around? Okay, let me go ahead and put this down. That way you guys can see the winners. Oops. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, and now for winner number 3 for $500. Let's go ahead and spin it. Crypto Sleeper says we're all winners. Alrighty, so now the final winner for $500, ending with 5134. Congratulations to all 3 of our winners. Your prize money will drop into your accounts in the next 24 hours. So eyes on your prize. And of course, we're going to be doing another giveaway in the next live stream. So I want you guys to be there. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. High choice. Cool beans. Done. Alrighty, I'll have to sort of append the first winner that I forgot to copy paste. But anywho, the winners will be disclosed in the description as well as in the Discord chat. So make sure to be there. And if you're not in the Discord chat, themangoway.com/Discord is where you're going to find us. Now, if someone could link the Discord, that would be sweet. I'm 66 years old, retired tourist, still going strong, hanging in there for 3 more years with passive income. Alrighty, Nelson, good stuff. Would you take a look at, okay, so we're going to be doing the altcoins in a bit. Okay, I want to first start off with Bitcoin because, like I said, I feel like everyone is looking at Bitcoin as they should be because we know how Bitcoin dominance is currently currently trending right now. Let me get on over to Bitcoin dominance very quickly. I'm just going to use the solid chart right now. Bitcoin dominance is this. Now, this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Bitcoin dominance still very much in an uptrend. I know that it's seen a very, very recent bleed. For those of you who are not aware of how to go about reading the Bitcoin dominance, what is dominance? If you really have to isolate the word dominance, right? It's Bitcoin relative to everything else in the crypto sphere. Okay, what is more dominant? Is it going to be Bitcoin or is it the altcoins right now? Where are you best allocated into, Bitcoin or the altcoins? Okay, that's the way you sort of look at this chart. Now, right now, so far, ever since the bull run has begun back in December of 2022, Bitcoin has been the better asset to be in. Now, yes, granted that some of the altcoins have had some insane moves. I mean, we saw some crazy rallies even across the meme coins, right? And while certain coins have run, you really had to be, I don't want to say lucky, because I know that some of you guys have been working really hard in finding some gems, but you had to be there in the space, and you had to, it was only certain coins that ran. It was not all of it. It was not like your general alt season, where no matter what you got into, it sort of took off. No, it was like a few picks that really took off, right? So, and this chart is reflective of that you had to be picking the altcoins very well for you to have benefited from those crazy gains. But if you did not have the time, you know, to allocate into the altcoins or even to look at the altcoins for that matter, you were just better off in Bitcoin. Okay, that's what this chart is telling you. And you can, if you look at the Bitcoin, the Bitcoin cycle so far, it's been solid, right? Now we've had the linear phase so far. However, we haven't really had the exponential phase just yet. Okay. Now I wanted to bring up the Bitcoin chart particularly because this whole thing of September being a bearish month, like that's everywhere right now, right? So what I've done is that I've actually gone ahead and found data that that's going to help us with. I'm just going to get rid of my wheel. My bad, guys. This is month-over-month data on Bitcoin and how it's performed. Okay, has it been green or has it been red? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a screenshot of this. Okay, I'm going to get back on over to my Bitcoin chart. Cool, we're going to paste it on here. Belgi Shana says, big crash upcoming in September. We're going to, like I said, people are talking about it, but I think we don't have confirmation on that just yet. I feel like too many people are talking about it right now as well. Thank you, Robert. You're so sweet. Who are we responding to? Robert, Christian, Shauna, the best. Thank you, Robert. I missed that. Thank you so much. Okay, so now let's look at this data, right? Everyone's talking about September really being a bearish month. So now I'm not going to look at all the years. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to really focus in on, well, the bullish years, the bull market years. Okay, now we don't have data spanning all the way back to 2011 as we do have it on this chart, right? This chart goes all the way back to 2011, if you guys see this right here. Sorry, let me just go ahead and mark it out. Cool. We have data beginning, though, from 2013. Okay, let me see if I can sort of put this more into scale. Okay, there we go. Tad bit better? Tad bit better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially circle in on all of the months, all of the years where we were in a bull market. Let's just isolate on the bull market years, okay? So the first one we saw here was from 2011 going all the way down, going all the way to, 2010 going to 2011. Okay, then the next bull market started from 2011 going all the way to 2013. Okay, so we have 2013 right here, so we're going to be looking at this year. Okay, point number one. Do I have an arrow? Okay, we don't need an arrow. I'll just mark it out with my drawing tool. Okay, then the next bull market started from, what was this? 2015 going all the way to 2017, December 2017. Now, if you guys recall, that was the first time Bitcoin got up to $20,000. That was a crazy run, right? 2015 to 2017. So let's go ahead and mark out these years as well. Okay, we're looking at this group of years, this group of data. Then the next bull run started from post-COVID. I think we can grab post-COVID. 2020 to, let's do 2020 to 2021, because I get it. While Bitcoin did put in a double top, the other markets, like even altcoin markets as well as TradFi, none of them really had the double top. It was just Bitcoin, okay? So they all still went on to put in higher highs, even going into 2021. So we're going to do 2020 to 2021. Okay, let's go ahead and circle that. Okay, so those are the 2 years. And then so far, 2023 to 2025, And really, when you put things into perspective, I know nobody wants to hear this, but we're already like pretty much 3 years into the bull run. It hasn't felt like it. I get it, because so far Bitcoin has been like in these crazy rapid markups followed by 6 months of consolidation, and people often fall but they often fall privy to recency bias, right? They're looking back at the 6 months, and 6 months really has a way of getting you desensitized to price action, also making you very complacent when it comes to the market that you are trading. And it's very easy to fall victim to complacency when you get these 6 month windows of consolidation. And it was not just consolidation for crypto, because it was only 6 months of consolidation for Bitcoin. If you're really looking at the altcoins, that was a crazy ass bleed, right? So it's about being aware of these things. So as far as leveraging the system is concerned, I don't think we have it, but let's get back on a topic. That's a tangent. Now I want to look at the months of September. Okay, through all of these phases. I'm going to go ahead and mark that in. Okay, so this is the month of September right here in this window. And the second one is this right here. Okay, I want to look at the historic data points. Okay, this is not good. Let's make that a blue maybe. Okay, there we go. Then the third one is this. This was 2017 down to 2015. Okay. And that was 2013. Okay. So as far as do we have precedent of September being a red month, based on the data, what do you guys think? we've had red months. Not just that, okay, not just that. It's not just red months. I noticed that 2013 was the tail end of the bull run. 2017 was the tail end of the bull run. 2021 was the tail end of the bull run. 2025, given that we're running in these 3 to 4 year cycles, could also very well be the tail end of the bull run. So as far as precedent of September being a red month is concerned, we do have that. Okay, historically, we've had September for the most part actually being a red month. But so I wanted to show you guys this, and I get why people are looking at September as the red month. But I'll still say that I want us to be very cognizant of the current cycle that we're in, and also I say still wait on confirmation. Okay, I think it's very important. So this is the data. I get that many people are extrapolating September being a red month through the data, but we still don't have confirmation just yet. More red than green. Absolutely. 3 diglets. How's it going, by the way? Right. Now, as far as the actual TA is concerned, which is why I wanted to bring this up, okay, because I want you guys to have some meat as to why people are calling September the red September. So this is one reason why. Historically, it has been a red month. However, all things considered, now if we're just looking at the TA, okay, just look at the technicals. I'm going to knock off everything else. Okay, gonna just fix my scale here for a second. This is where things get a bit confusing. This is where I want you guys to be a bit more, I don't want you guys to fall victim to just the fractals. Look at the price action as well, okay? Right now, all I see is the monthly time frame, okay, putting in brand new highs. Not just that, we've taken out a key region of resistance. Resistance being that previous set of high that it established right here at around $111,000. Okay, so we're going to be setting in a brand new open. If we close like this in 4 days, that is. We're going to be setting in a brand new close high, so it's going to even close higher than the previous months. But in addition to this, if we're even looking at, say, the quarterly time frames, now we start a brand new quarter in, when is it? September, October, November. I think October is going to be our next quarter, right? If we're even looking at the quarters, look at how the quarters look right now. This is a quarterly candle that we're on, right? But in addition to this, okay, this is where the complacency is going to come in, and this is where the people are going to look too much into the fractals and miss the actual TA. If you're even looking at, just like I said, the linear and the exponential phases, I'm sorry, I'm just being very, very, very clumsy with my scaling today, so my apologies. If you're even just looking at the way bull markets have run so far, the linear versus exponential, we have not gotten the exponential phase just yet. We don't have it. We never did throughout this entire cycle. We just did not get it. Okay. The thing about the exponential phase, and why I want you guys to be very data driven, as basically look at the price action on the chart as opposed to falling back onto the fractal, is because most of the gains through every single bull run has been made on the exponential phases. If you are not there on the exponential phases of any of these bull markets, you missed out on a major, major, major chunk of the bull run. You could have missed out on the entirety of the linear phase, but if you missed out on the exponential, you've missed out on the meat of the move. Or rather, if you caught the exponential phase, you would have captured a significant chunk of that bull run. You didn't have to be there on the linear phase. But if you missed out on that exponential, it was done. All right. So, which is why, at least for me, the way I'm going to be approaching this is that I get it. People are looking for September, September top, September red month, September this, September that. No, I'm going to be looking at price action. I feel like too many people are calling September bleed, the September red month. And how often has majority of the market actually been right on these things? Chris Oler says crash after carbs because the human body is not set for carbs. Try a keto diet and see how you feel after a meal. We're almost on a keto diet, but I'm just generally sensitive to carbs. Although I'll say this, it's one of those things where the observation, this is just for me, this could be different from person to person, but when I have like, especially when we are on vacation, if it's like a beach vacation, and I've had carbs and I hit the beach just in the sun, getting in activity, I don't get the crash. It's just when you eat and you sit and you do nothing, that's when the crash really hits you. I also want to go over, where is my, there we go. I know I like bringing up this chart. This system is getting me really excited. But yeah, getting up, I'll say this also, getting up to, rather closing over 129, 130,000, that really sets the stage for the next exponential run. As far as the exponential phase of this bull run is concerned, I still don't think we're there. Okay, I think we still have a lot more. Price has to give us a few more confirmations before we can really say that we're in the exponential phase. But I think the first sort of signal that I particularly am going to be looking for is for Bitcoin to actually clear out 130K to the upside. So if you guys want to mark that out, by all means. This I'm getting, of course, from my Fibonacci extension system, because this is where how I'm sort of anticipating the next bull run target. Okay, coming in anywhere between $214,000 to $353,000. But yeah, 130K I think is that major target to watch out for. We start clearing 130K, man, let me tell you something. That's going to be a run. That's going to be sick. We even got the trigger for it, right? We have that beautiful cup and handle formation. There we go. There we go. Measured move, $161,000 over 130K. We get up to 161. I'm saying we're pretty clear for 214. Those are huge numbers, 3 diglets. And I'll tell you guys this, right? I think I've mentioned this before, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, of course, but these are a lot of people's, like if you look at a lot of analysts online, I'll tell you what they're not telling you, okay? I'll tell you what they're not telling you. These are base case targets. Some of the target systems go well into $500,000, and they're like on legit systems. I know. And the thing is that I get it, you know, even I don't want to come out here and give you guys $500,000 targets because I feel like I'd be being very, very irresponsible. I get it that some people are beginner traders and they might just sort of cherry pick the information and say, oh, but Krisha said $500,000. But where's my $500,000? So they cherry pick the $500,000, but they forget about all of the other systems that we've been presenting in terms of, hey, listen, $500,000 is a potential target. It's all about, this market right now is a game of probabilities. There are no certainties on here, right? So probabilistically, based on how the cycles have run so far, $500,000 is a potential target, all right? However, that being said, there's a flip side where we have all of our cyclical systems, the cyclical systems that tell us when we're getting into bear market territory, right? So we could be propelled into bear market territory before even getting into that $500,000 target. Does that mean you still wait on $500,000? No, you don't. It's a game of probabilities. All right, we can forecast these targets. As far as me actually making this go up, I cannot do shit. Apologies for my French. I cannot make Bitcoin go up to 200,000 any more than I can make it go up to $500,000. I cannot do that, nor can you, nor can anyone out there. Okay, anyone giving you like solid, so confirmed targets to 200,000 to $500,000, they're full of it. They're full of crap. Okay, don't listen to them. Okay, what you can do is manage the risk to the downside. All right, so the one way in which we have learned to manage the risk is where we've created these systems for ourselves that help us really understand when the cycle has broken. Okay, when is it time for us to get out? And you bet, as soon as I get that confirmation that the cycle is turning, okay, bye-bye targets. I gotta protect my profits. Eliza Hartwood says, been following you guys since 2020. That's amazing. I really, really like it when, you know, new Mongolians that have come in. I don't want to call them new Mongolians, but rather people who've been like on the sidelines for years, and you guys like, you know, show yourselves and you're like, hey, I've been following you for XYZ amount of years. It really, like, it makes me very happy. So thank you for like sticking with us. That truly makes my day. Am I saying that right, Eliza? Been following you guys since 2020. Love you guys. Just watched the dashboard tutorial for the first time yesterday. Been a Faith Mango viewer. That's amazing. Let's also go ahead and check out the dashboard. The dashboard has been really, really cool in giving you guys some amazing trade setups. And also Sean, actually, I believe Sean, I think you posted a premium video not too long ago. But check out the premium video sections because there are a lot of trade setups right now across the board. So either Sean or I will be posting more of the trade setups on there, because what happens is that we'd rather not. There are some coins that just don't have the traction. They just don't have the audience. Nobody's looking at these coins, but there is money on these charts, right? So we don't usually do daily videos on it, but we will be posting it under the premium video section, so check it out. But right now, Bitcoin. Are you guys seeing this? Longs across the board, volatility freaking neat as hell. Blue volatility. Very, very, very healthy volatility. When volatility is this low, there is more to go. That's the slogan that Sean gave me. When volatility is low, there is more to go. So this looks good. Bullish tilt, massive bullish tilt. Hey, thank you, Eliza. Thank you so much. It's like, love watching your growth over the years. It's been a growth phase even for both of us, believe it or not, just coming out here on a daily basis. It's showed us more about, that's the best thing about trading and just markets in general, right? It's like this, it's like a game that's ever changing, ever evolving. It forces you to learn more about the markets, whether it's on the technical standpoint, whether it's on the macro standpoint, and more importantly, you learn a lot more about yourself as a trader. Right? When you really got to put your money where your mouth is, the amount that you learn about yourself, you cannot just go out there and fake it. The only person you're fooling at that point is yourself. You're only fooling yourself. You have nothing to gain, right? So trading is one of those things where you learn so much about yourself that you can then take and transfer that knowledge onto every other aspect of your life. It's an enlightening journey, to say the least. Yes, we can look at shitty AVAX. Why are you calling it shitty AVAX? If you want us to look at the chart. Okay, I got a list of coins here. Oopsies. Well, there goes my pen. Do I have enough? My desk is such a mess. If any of you guys saw my desk, you guys would get a heart attack. Sean hates coming into my room because it's so bad. I'm like one of those people who like thrives in the mess around her because that's the only way I can find my stuff. But anywho, my pen fell, and I'm not going down to look for it. Okay, so we got GALA today, T-Fuel, Sol, ETH, DOGE, and AVAX. So let's begin. And of course, guys, today Sean also posted a crazy setup on Sui. So if you guys did not watch that daily video, go ahead and check it out. There are some amazing setups, great opportunities across the board. Bitcoin is rallying as we speak. That's $190,000. Let's go on to Bitcoin. There we go. That's a nice move. That's a nice move, right? Okie dokes. Okie dokes. That's a great move on Bitcoin. $119,000 and everybody's asleep. My family isn't calling. Your friends aren't calling. Nobody's calling. It's great. I like this choppy price action and ever so slightly going up. You know, it's one of those things where Bitcoin could very well like edge its way up to 120,000. I mean, it's already at 100. Look, see that? See that? People are like, we're rounding down. I caught myself rounding down the other day. I'm like, wait a minute. I was telling Sean, I'm like, Bitcoin is only at $100,000. You know, but I know that it's at 120K, but I just rounded down so normally. Like it was, yeah, it's at 100K. I know that, but I had to stop myself in the moment. I'm like, I am into the charts. I'm looking at the charts on a daily basis. I'm doing daily videos. I'm doing daily live streams. So if I went through that, what's everyone else going through? They're going through the same thing. They're rounding down. They're like, okay, Bitcoin's 100K today. Tomorrow, Bitcoin's at 119. Oh, okay, it's at 100K still. You see what I mean? Which in my viewpoint is a bullish tilt. When it does these gradual moves, right, people are getting desensitized to the 100K handle, right? So main question is, I think this is a great poll. I think this is a great poll. Okay, let's see this, okay? So here's the question that I have. At what point do you think BTC's price draws eyes, okay? So essentially, at what point do you think the world wakes up to the price of Bitcoin? All right. Is it going to be at 150K? Is it going to be at 180K? It's not much of a difference. Is it going to be at 200K? Or is it going to be at 300K or plus? Let's do that. Really consider this. Like, think of how we wrap our minds around price points. Because I caught myself rounding down recently. Think about that. This is a very, very good way to kind of figure out when do people around us wake up, because those are often top signals. They're, at least it's a good way to gauge, are we nearing a top? Eliza Hartwood says, I think 200K psychological level for sure. People will start looking sideways. You know, Sean and I actually had a discussion on this, because he asked me this question first. I'm like, I don't know, 150K, 180K. He's like, and he's listening to me, right? I can tell that he's already got the answer in his head. He's like, no. He's like, Crush, I think it's gonna be 200K. I'm like, 200K, you're out of your mind, right? So I'm like, no, there's no way. They're gonna wake up only at 200K. He's like, yeah, I think that's the price point that's gonna draw in a lot of eyes. I'm like, and I still found it so hard to wrap my head around it. And I disagreed with him. Okay, I disagreed with him. I said, no, I don't think so. I think by at least 150, 180, I think they're gonna come in. They're like, no, 200, watch. And so funny that a few days later, I went through that whole sort of rounding down idea. He's like, oh, what's the price of Bitcoin? And we were talking about the markets. I'm like, oh yeah, it's just 100K still. You know, but it was flippant. It was very like in passing, yeah, it's 100K, whatever. I caught myself doing it and I stopped. And then he looked at me and he smiled. He's like, you see what I'm talking about? Oh, are you kidding me? That's insane. Okay, he said, my massage lady told me a week ago that she bought the XRP. I think some people are starting to wake up. That's funny. What did you think about that? I'm curious. I'm really, really curious. So while you tell me what you thought about that, let's actually go ahead and begin with, well, the first coin on my list. Let's start with, I have XRP on the title, so I'm going to quickly go over XRP. All right, so let's get into the dashboard. By the way, guys, you guys are going to find the dashboard on app.mangoresearch.co. Start looking at the trends and the volatility profile because there are some amazing, amazing trade setups across the board. Don't fade the dashboard right now. Markets are trending. This is where it comes in handy. Two-day to the weekly time frame still long. Okay, so that uptrend is still intact on the higher time frames, that is. However, we have a bit of a reset on trend and volatility profile on the lower time frames, like the four hour going down to the daily. So this is still in a bit of a consolidation. This is giving me some bull flag vibes or like a bullish pattern vibe. Okay, but there's a consolidation, perhaps a bit opportunity coming in on your lower time frame. So let's actually go ahead and check it out. XRP right here. There's a bit opportunity, guys. That's a bit opportunity. Need I say more? Need I say more? Daily dynamic. Okay, daily dynamic, just to show you what I'm talking about. I'm always assuming that you guys are watching the daily XRP videos, but every chart has an amazing set of system. Okay, now I'm not going to generalize here. Every chart does not have an amazing system, but every chart will have like an edge of sorts. Now it's up to you to find that edge. Now when I find the edge, I'm going to come out here and give you guys the edge. The edge that I found on XRP is that on the macro timeframes, it trends on the weekly. Okay, make no mistake on that. I particularly look towards the weekly dynamic indicator. I've gone over the historic data points to every single bull run as to how XRP has trended. And the weekly bids have always been the best bids to capture, even this time around. This entire phase right here. Okay, you caught any bid on the weekly dynamic, you were rewarded handsomely. Okay, now as soon as that run has begun, when it has these lower time frame pullbacks, it's always on the 12-hour or the daily time frame. Okay. So now 12-hour has actually been really clutch this cycle. 12-hour and daily. Why I really like this current level that we're at is the confluence on the 12-hour plus the daily time frame. We literally have the same levels on there. Okay, so there's confluence on the 12-hour dynamic as well as the daily dynamic. Let's go ahead and draw that level right there. Okay, this is the level. And you can see that price is actually catching a bid on that exact region right now. Okay, look at that. Right, and it actually did really well right here on that previous November 400% markup. Okay, 12-hour was the bid on every instance. It's only when we really started seeing those violations did we know that, hey, something different is happening on the chart. Okay, time to perhaps start taking profits off the table if you were looking to just play the range and cash out a bit. All right, so now right now these bid levels, if you guys want to get greedy on there, daily dynamic support. So my point here is that XRP is not a time for you to be getting spooked out. This is opportunity. You never sell into support. Okay, you never sell into support. You're gonna have to wait for confirmation to figure out if it's broken or not. But right now the dynamic support comes in at around 314, going down to $3. Okay, that is the bid zone for XRP. And of course, just a quick reminder, guys, any of you guys looking to trade, if you're trading actively, okay, only if you're trading actively. Otherwise, I would not suggest having any funds on any exchange if you're not trading actively. Okay, note that. If you're trading actively, this is free money for you to put on those trades with. Too many people come to me saying that, Krisha, they're looking for validation from me. Should I be taking the trade? But why are they looking for that validation? They don't want to lose money. Or rather, they don't want to take responsibility of losing the money. All right, now what this really does for you is that it gives you money to put on the trade with. That way you're getting all of the upside of that money, okay? But you get none of the downside. None or very little of the downside. You get to protect yourselves. Protect yourselves with $400 to the downside. All right, so start using this. This is free money at the corner of the room. The way to get it is just deposit $2,000 and you're getting $400 to trade with for free. Okay, but you're going to have to use the link below. There's a link on the screen, but there's one in the description too. Use the link in the description to capture the bonus. Alrighty, but don't fade this, guys. This ends July 31st. You don't have a lot of time. Okay, 4 more days. July 31st, and this campaign ends. But yeah, right now XRP is trade zone. Yes to the trade zone. What price would XRP go to if Bitcoin was at what is that? $111,000? Bitcoin is at $119,000. Oh, thank you. Isn't he so sweet? I said, 3 Digla says, I said you bought what? I would have said the same thing. I mean, I'm like, yeah, that's great. But you know how it is, right? With XRP and all of the other high-risk coins, it's just like, it's risky. Do you know it's risky? Do you know how to manage your risk? So I turn into a big grandmother when people tell me they've made some stupid trade decisions. I'm like, do you know anything of risk management? Mrs. Like, come on now. You know, my dad, 2017 cycle, I've told you the story. He's like, he calls me, Krisha, I'm going to buy XRP. Should I buy XRP? I'm like, no, Dad, buy Bitcoin. He's like, no, I want to buy XRP. Like, why? Alright, fine, settle with Ethereum, no XRP. He was like just gaga over XRP. It was insane. Thank you, Eliza. I did luck out. I lucked out big time. You guys are making me blush. Thank you. But I assure you, in a potato bag, that's a really good Halloween costume, though. I would totally wear that. I've worn some weird Halloween costumes when I was in high school. You know, everyone had to, like, dress up as something. You didn't have to be scary. You just had to be ridiculous. I almost dressed up as a toothpaste. I was going to put a whole thing on Bristol board, put it on with a cap. This was, of course, in school. I wouldn't do that now. He's like, I know, because I picked that for her. You know, yeah, Sean picks out a lot of my clothes. He's really good, though. He's really good. Like, he picks out some of my outfits, most of my outfits, because I hate shopping. Oh, can't do it for the life of me. But Sean is really good. He's great to shop with. So he's like, come on, buy it. And then when I find something I like, he's like, get two, because he knows I'm not going to go back in there. He's like, get two, get three. Just get it all. So I have like two of a lot of things. That's great. I don't have to shop for like a good 6 to 8 months after that. You wouldn't find me dead in a mall. UK Europe champions. What are we talking about? Okay, but this is XRP. We got lost in a tangent. This is XRP. And let's go over to the next coin. Where's my list? Remember, guys, I'm keeping note of your requests. So if you want yours to be covered on the next live stream, well, make sure to get into the comment section. Let me know which one you want. So now we're going to be doing GALA. Okay, let's do GALA. So we did... Of course I don't have a pen here. Of course you don't have a pen, Krisha. Just messy girl. Okay, fine, whatever. GALA USD. Okay, we got longs on the 2-day, on the 4-day. Reset 4-hour to the daily time frame. This is not doing well, man. What the hell is going on here? It's giving back quite a bit. I want to see that higher time frame trend. So I'm always going to tell you guys to look back at the trend. So, okay, I'm going to give you a very clear picture as to how you ought to be dissecting any chart right now. Start off with the higher time frames. Okay, I want you to get on over to the monthly time frame at the very least. Like, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. This is bad. This is garbage. Sorry. I'm really sorry whoever asked for this coin. This is what you do not want to see. Okay, when you have assets like Ethereum, like Solana, like Cardano, like XRP already sort of giving you these crazy, crazy rallies looking very strong in what is supposed to be a bull run, you do not want to be stuck in a coin like this. Absolutely not. Okay, at the very least, you know, okay, one way in which you can disqualify coins, start off with the monthly time frame. If the chart looks like this, disqualified. Okay, I don't want you guys saying, oh, GALA hasn't moved, so it's gonna move, so I'm gonna catch the best price on the chart. No. No. Why am I saying no? Because I have done the same thing and I have paid the freaking price. Big time. This only ends up doing one thing. It's opportunity cost. Because everything's gonna run and you're gonna be in this, hoping that you've caught the bottom of something that could be a rocket ship. You know what? It could be a rocket ship. But do you know when it takes off? And anyone telling you that they know exactly when it's going to take off is just full of baloney. Okay? Just dismiss them. Do not listen to their crap again. Nobody knows when things are going to take off. This is not what you want to see. This is bearish. You are better off waiting for confirmation on the trend than trying to catch the absolute bottom. So this, according to me, is disqualification. Okay, GALA, I think, only gets a revival. My goodness. Oh, man. I want to see a break of this trend line, honestly. This is a clear downtrend. A solid takeout of resistance would be taking out this portion right here. There is no trend to be had here. And you don't even know when it's going to begin. Yeah, you could make 77 and 200% on the range. Good stuff. Well, guess what? You made that with XRP, which still looks absolutely great. You know what I mean? So start looking at strength. GALA is not strong right now. No, opportunity cost, in my opinion. Next coin. I'm going to do AVAX. 3 Diglets, do you hear? I really like saying that handle. 3 Diglets. It's like 3 piglets. I was actually going to type 3 Diglets on the search bar. Okay, AVAX. AVAX USD. Hey, not bad, not bad. What's going on? We got a resurrection. Okay, longs across the board. Green returns. Brilliant. 3 Diglets. Are you seeing this? Okay, green returns, good stuff. We got some pretty neat volatility on the 12-hour and the daily time frame. This is essentially what you want to see if, you know, the bulls have to see continuation. However, the 4 hours telling us that we could see a pullback, but we might be sitting on the pullback right now. You see, when I see the 62, when I see volatility super high, but I'm also noticing like the down arrow, it's telling me that the volatility is coming down, right? So we might be in this little zone of consolidation. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at AVAX. AVAX. See, 3 Diglets, I showed you a shittier coin than, I'm not going to say, now AVAX is no longer a shittier coin. You can't really, I cannot call it a shit coin. It's not. Wait a minute. Do I stand corrected? No, I don't actually. Here's what's going on. AVAX is beginning a trend, okay? It's not there just yet, so I think that needs to be set, okay? It's not there just yet, but it's about to begin a trend. Now, notice, I haven't touched this chart, by the way, since you last asked me to look at it, okay? It's the same lines. There's something going on here. I even have a drawing on my chart. I'm sure if I get on over to the daily time frame, there we go, right? I drew this out for you in the previous stream. This is a double bottom formation, right? That's where I had my line, okay, previously. I just moved it. Double bottom formation, threatening to break out, not broken out just yet, but we have a strong daily trend. Now, it's this breakout. It's this breakout, this one right here, that's going to set the stage. Okay, so it's doing well in terms of that resurrection, in terms of the bull market resurrection, which is essentially what you want to see on any of the altcoins that you're looking to play. Once again, good, but capture a good bid. Don't get stuck in a FOMO. You know, oftentimes we're going to find a coin, but like, oh, this looks great, right? And now you're looking for your bid, and just so happens that the one day you look to capture a bid is the day the coin pumps, and you're like, are you kidding me? It's like the market heard me. Like I was going to buy it, and they're like, no bid for you, I'm going to pump, right? So you then look at that as, hey, you know, maybe this is the one time that the market does not pull back and give me my bid. This is the one time it's just going to rip in my face and I'm left out of position. So you then start making excuses for yourself to jump into a trade that is not a good bid. I know you guys have been through that. I know everyone's been through that. These are like trader stories, common trader stories, right? But that's often you'll find that it's a mistake. Okay, you're always better off waiting on the bid. So even for AVAX right now, capture the good bid right now as things stand. AVAX is up against resistance. Okay, but on the break, 3 Diglets, that's where the party really begins. Because on the break, we're looking at $45 as the target. Now, it's not just $45, because $45 then also triggers the massive falling channel. You see the cascade? You know, it's the same cascade, by the way, that led us to the XRP move. It's the same cascading play that I noted that led to all of us positioning on XRP ahead of time. Okay, so this is a cascading pattern, but I say score a good bid. So if you're in position, then all great stuff. But if you're not in position, you want a better bid on this chart. Daily dynamic is good. It's been good on the daily dynamic trend. How about the lifeline? Let's actually also look. No, this is my other. Ooh. This is the Bollinger Band system that I got. I want to try the lifeline. Lifeline is also bullish right now. Okay, lifeline, guys. Mango lifeline indicator. So lifeline is good, by the way, if you guys are like taking these swing trades. It gives you the bid entry, it gives you your entry, it gives you 3 target points to the upside, so it tells you exactly what zone, what range, rather what swing you should be gunning for, and it also gives you your invalidation. All right, often you want to sort of line up your bids with that, but even the lifeline is telling you that, hey, this is bullish right now. I'm seeing multiple patterns here. I hope you guys are seeing it too. There's a double bottom. There's also a massive cup and handle. This phase right here is the handle of the pattern. This looks like it's heading for a break, but here's the thing, 3 day, it's $26, okay? Look for a clearance of $26 on the top. This is clear. This is clear for the next big move. That's a profound statement, Eliza. That's good stuff. Says, you're talking to Dylan. Dylan says lost $1,000 doing that. Learn the hard way. Lost thousands of dollars doing that. Learn the hard way. Eliza says, Dylan, I've lost thousands in my early years. Got to have audacity and fail forward always. Loss and stupidity is part of the hard learning curve. Exactly. That's the only way. I feel like your biggest lessons are always going to be baked in your losses, right? So when people come into this world just hoping to win all the time, if you're one of those people who've always been winning through school, through university, you come into the world of trading hoping you're going to find the same streak. You're not, but you never let that define you. Okay, and always expect, you know, I feel like you're only gonna get better if you fail. It's just one of those fields of study. You should want to fail, because it's only in your fails do you really grow. Does that growth really happen, right? It's a test of resilience and tenacity in a way. If you can last these markets, if you can just last in the space, that could be a massive story for success, like what we've been trading for almost 10 years now. But I also began to fail. I started failing. This was 2017. Consider that. The craziest bull run that crypto has ever seen. I didn't make that much money. I actually made more money in the bear market that followed than in the bull market that came before. Yeah, that's my story. So I actually learned to trade in the bear market. But it was my failure and my loss. I lost a lot. I almost lost my entire account. But here we are today, right? But it's in the loss, and whether you're up for the challenge, but it's in your losses that you actually found the most profound lessons that makes you the trader, that makes you a better trader. It does. Embrace the loss. It turns into serious wisdom. Oh, 0.75 in BitConnect. Damn. Man, I know people who lost man, I want to talk about it. I think that's a story that Sean can tell you guys. We know traders have lost millions, like a lot of money. Like a lot over stupid. Their way of thinking was just so silly. Sean can tell you the story in one of the live streams, but I think there are profound lessons in that too. People come in, when you come into the market at a phase where everyone's just winning, everything is green. Notice there are no losses. But once again, it's only the losses that you learn. When you're not used to taking your losses, or taking any loss for that matter, you think, hey, these markets are just gonna go up. There is no coming down. What goes up must keep going up. And then gravity just hits them. Right? And they end up giving everything back to the market. One whole frigging circle. Because they entered in the meat of the bull run. That euphoric stage, the animal spirit stage. There's no lesson to be learned there. You barely put in money and it's green the next day. It's amazing. You are invincible. You're like God tier. Nothing can touch you. And they never end up learning. Acer al-Khalub, it wasn't. Who are you talking about? Are you talking to Three Diglets? But the people that we know who lost a lot, they weren't even leveraged. Okay, let's do the next coin. We did AVAX. Okay, I'm going to do Sol, and then NB says ADA. Okay, we'll do ADA. But I want to do Sol first quickly. Oh no, I'm like way past my time though. Man, I talk a lot. Longs across the daily to the 4-day. Okay, 4 hours short might be giving us a trade opportunity here, but this actually looks good. Higher time frame uptrend, lower time frame pullback. So this could be the pullback opportunity that we're all looking for on Solana. Okay, Sol USD. We're at target 1. Okay, good stuff. According to the Lifeline indicator, man, these are scoring you some great bids. 12-hour Solana. I think we start taking out 189 right here. This is clear for the next big move to 206. That's going to be a big. That's where the momentum really picks up. And you can see, you know, the same volatility that you see to the downside, you can expect the same volatility to the upside as well. It's like a magnet. So right now, if we actually trigger that, and there is precedent right here, that's a good 8% to the upside, but there's a minor cup and handle, very minor, likely going to see it on the 4-hour time frame. What do you know? Measurement to $200. For those of you who do not see it, you can call it a cup and handle or even like a minor head and shoulders. This is about to break out. Closing over 192 is going to be the price point that propels Solana to the upside, so watch for that. As far as your higher time frames are concerned, this looks good, man. Weekly caught the bid. Amazing. Remember this phase? Almost lost it. Almost lost it. Weekly caught the bid. I think we start closing over the 10 simple moving average on the monthly. Once again, guys, we closed the month in 4 days. Closing over the monthly time frame is setting the stage for Solana. Watch for Sol. As far as, let's go ahead and look at ETH Sol. This is one way, by the way, in which you can sort of compare currencies. ETH is actually stronger than Sol right now. Yeah, ETH is stronger than Sol, guys. That's what this is telling us. Let's quickly look at ETH. I do have ETH on the list. Man, ETH looks freaking sick. Ethereum. Where's my cloud? There it is. ETH looks really good. We're going to start taking out these highs. This was the key region of resistance, coming in at $3,847. We start living over this on, well, the next 4 days, the monthly close. It's game on ETH. And ETH BTC is also looking good. So the way you sort of evaluate this is that if ETH against any of the altcoins that you are looking at, be it Bitcoin is not an altcoin, but even against Bitcoin, against Solana, if that ETH pairing is in an uptrend, ETH is looking stronger and it's likely getting ready to outperform in the next phase of this market. This is looking very good. Now's not the time to be fading ETH. Look for the opportunities on ETH, guys. Philip, we already covered XRP. It was in the beginning of this live stream. Not in the beginning, but somewhere in the middle. because I'm sorry, I just talk a lot. It was leverage. Okay, we did Sol, ETH. Let's quickly look at Dogecoin. This trend began, but it got stopped. Stopped in the tracks. But once again, higher time frame uptrend, lower time frame is pulling back. Okay, so guys, right now, this is what I'm seeing. Most of the higher time frames are all in the uptrend. Look for those charts where the higher time frames are good. Okay, then look to see on your lower time frames if you're getting these pullback opportunities. Right now, that appears to be the theme across the board, the lower time frame pullbacks. So once again, it seems to be the same picture on Dogecoin. So let's look into that quickly. There we go. We saw quite a bit of a decent sort of ramp, decent rally on, well, this month of July, 45%. But once again, hit the Tenkin resistance. Let's get on to some of the lower time frames. Trade setup. Trade setup. Trade set up. Dogecoin. Guys, pay attention. Pay attention. Bigger moves happening here. Pay attention. Okay. Double bottom. Please tell me we got... Okay, we have dynamic support. If this week closes over 25 cents, if the week closes over 25 cents, this is good to go. This is going. Okay, we got a trigger of a beautiful double bottom formation. Okay, the measured move to which will take Dogecoin. Man, this is a really good setup, guys. I hope you guys are looking at this. Takes Dogecoin all the way up to 42 cents. Now, that's going to be like a massive area of contention, war zone between the bulls and the bears, because 42 to 46, that's where you're going to find that massive previous high resistance, right? Now, triggering and just breaking over that triggers the much bigger cup and handle formation. These are how trade setups form, guys. When you're given these crazy bits, take note of it. Don't get too stubborn on coins that are not performing that well when you have these amazing, very clear trade setups right in front of your eyes. Okay, the measured move to the massive cup and handle formation, if it ends up playing out, is $4.70 per Dogecoin. Okay. 1,900% to the upside. That's what? Almost a 20x, almost? Almost a 20x. Dogecoin and many of the other meme coins, I believe SPX is doing extremely well right now. By the way, I noticed that quite a few of you actually approached me saying that you're a bit apprehensive on trading meme coins on chain. Which is, I get it. I understand. Okay, let me go ahead and first just look for SPX first. Crypto. This is one of the coins that Sean has been talking about now for a very long time. SPX looks good, but I know that some of you guys are really apprehensive about trading the meme coins on chain, and I get it. It can be daunting considering that you're dealing with a bunch of things like, contracts and making sure that, you're on the right chain, yada. So if you are one of those people, but you still want exposure to the meme coins, right? You want to get into that space. MEMEX, the MEMEX exchange, I have a link to it in the description, has a particular feature called MEMEX. Right. So essentially you get in on the meme coin plays, but through your MEMEX wallet. So everything is handled on the exchange. So you don't have to deal with the contracts. So you don't have to deal with anything on chain. You get to do it directly from the MEMEX exchange. I thought that was a really nifty feature for those who want exposure to the meme coins but don't want to deal with the hassles of DeFi. Okay, so go ahead and check it out if you are one of those people. But so far, even SPX looking absolutely sick. Cuff and handle trigger. Measured move to $9. Sean, are you listening? $9 per SPX. That's a good 500% from where price is at right now. This looks sick. You know what the SPX 6900 meme is about, right? It's about like competing with the S&P 500, trying to get it up to that market cap. Now I know that's a far stretch and that's why it's a meme. But if you really look at it through a percent basis, right? Even like accomplishing, I think, what is it, 10% of that, even 5% of that is a huge number, is a huge valuation for SPX 6900. But I thought it was a really cool concept. Yeah, it's funny. But it's usually the funny ones that really pick up the traction. It's like useless coin. The coin is so useless. Guys looking at useless coin, I think Trader Fraser from the Mango Grove is trading useless. But it's perfect. It's just useless. And useless is just printing. It's printing money. Okay, now for the last one, ADA. Okay, we did most of it. Yes, we did. Also, guys, we had a $1,000 giveaway. Where is my thingamajig? Is it here? Come on, Krisha. There it is. I forgot to add the first winner, but we had 3 winners today, 2 that won 250, 1 that won 500. I will be announcing these winners in the description as well as in the Discord chat, so please do get in. And yeah, if you want to qualify for the next one, which happens either tomorrow or day after, get into Bitunix using the link in the description below specifically. That's the only way I know that you have signed up. Okay, and all you got to do is deposit 50. However, if you want a guaranteed return, okay, for your deposit, then Bitunix actually has a pretty sick bonus campaign where you deposit $2,000, they give you $400 for free to trade with. Okay, that's $400 you can use on any trade. Capture all of the upside of that trade. Okay, that's your 400. So now getting back on over to ADA. It's the same picture. You guys better be locked in. I don't care. I don't care what you're doing. If you want to make money, you got to be locked in right now. Daily to 4-day longs. Okay, this is in an uptrend. You got a bit of a trend reset on the 4-hour and the 12-hour time frame, telling me that we actually saw pullbacks on here. Okay, but now this is in a bit of consolidation, but it's the same picture. Higher time frame uptrend, good stuff. That's the first thing you want to establish. And now you want to see if there's a nice pullback that you can capture. Okay, so let's get on there. Actually, I have it on my... I got like 3 ADAs on here. For me, 8. Dogecoin part 2. Dogecoin part 2. This is good. Very good. Very, very good. So it has not broken out of the of that falling channel just yet, if you can even call it a falling channel. Let's actually just, you know, completely negate the falling channel. Let's not look at the diagonal at all. Okay, I'm going to keep this very simple. I like ADA on the weekly dynamic support. Just to show you guys, I'm just going to knock off all my drawings, knock off the SMA. So far, ever since the bull market began, the weekly dynamic has been the ultimate bid. Okay, that's where it's trended on every instance. So every time we do take it out, we do clear it, that starts the next impulsive move. Now we have cleared it. This is going to be a confirmation close over the weekly dynamic, but this also has triggered a beautiful double bottom formation. Okay, measured move to which will likely take it even past that horizontal that I have up in front. Okay, takes it up to $1.47. Why is this a big deal? Because getting up to $1.47 triggers a massive cup and handle formation, guys. This is this cup and handle that we have been looking at now for a very long time. $7 per Cardano. One guy got into my comments, he's like, $7 is not much, just $7. Are you kidding me? $7 is not much. That's 756%. Like, you know the market is spoiled, right? Like 700% is like, oh, 700 is not much, whatever. But yeah, ADA is a good setup. ADA, so I'll tell you my top setups for this live stream. The best setups I'm seeing right now, Dogecoin and ADA. Dogecoin and ADA are really, really good. Sean wants me to go over SPX once again. SPX is also a good, oh man, SPX looks sick, but I don't know, Sean, would you bid right here though? This looks really good. I feel like the bid was when Sean gave you guys the bid on the Discord. Sean's been dropping a lot of alpha, guys. Like, if you're not on the Discord, join the Discord. At the very least, follow him on Twitter. His handle is Sean Dexta. Follow him. Don't follow me, because I'm just looking at his tweets and I'm retweeting it for the most part. But go ahead and follow him. Like, he's been dropping some crazy, crazy alpha. But Sean, I think this was the bid, man. I think that weekly dynamic was the bid. This entire region right here, where you were pretty much screaming about it, that was the bid. But this is taken off. Like, look at this weekly candle. This looks insane. This is how it's gonna close tomorrow? That's freaking insane. Eliza Harwood says $7 ADA would be life-changing, and I think that's the case for like quite a few people out there. At least the people who were like really steadfast with their positions, right? But I was really shocked with how flippant he was about like that percent move. I'm like that's a really, really good setup. That's a really good sort of swing to the upside, and I think that could be promising. That could be a promising gain for a lot of people out there. And it's clean right now. That's what I really like about ADA. And you can ask Sean. I got very excited on Cardano a couple of days ago. I'm like, Sean, this is it, yo. This is it. And I showed him the entire system. I told him how excited I was on ADA. He's like, yeah, I see it, right? But and it's usually these phases of like low volatility where price has cleared key regions of resistance. Because there's low volatility, people are not excited. But it's now that you position. If you position well, you can take a break. You can ride the whole bull market tsunami, right? But that's if you're positioned. You don't want to be chasing. Okay, the most boring times of the market are the most what's the word I'm looking for? It's on the most boring times where you find the most opportunity in the market. Look for the boring markets. That's where the opportunity is at. Okay, that's where the field is just full of fruit for you to pick at. I agree. People with completely delusional expectations of the market are gonna get laid at heart. Oh my God, we got stories for that. Like, we had people who like wanted like these crazy people. I'll tell you what's going on. Like, people are looking at the 2017 cycle. They're like, oh, this asset ran 50x, this asset ran 200x, this asset ran 100x, right? So they're looking at those gains and they're like sort of projecting it onto this cycle. So no one is really looking or even considering like a diminishing return. And I think that's where they're going to get screwed, which is why I want you guys to be very have a trade plan as to how you intend on managing your portfolio and at what prices. Because you got to sell when the market allows you to sell. Okay, there's a lesson in that. You sell when the market allows you to sell. You know when the whole Luna crash happened? Okay, when there was that crazy freaking waterfall, you think the market allowed people to sell? No. No, because the buys dried up so much that if you sold, you pretty much pushed price down on yourself. You sell when the market allows you to sell. Okay, especially on the altcoins. That rug can get pulled very fast. XRP delusional target. XRP delusional target. Oh my God. People are barely able to grapple with $23, but people already calling. I mean, that's the market dynamic, right? You give them 23, they want 100. They'll first call you crazy, and then months later be like, $100. Watch that. Why are you so bearish? Like, come on now. Watch out for SPX 6900. Will it match up to the S&P 500? Find out in the next season of the Walking SPX 6900. Only inhuman, that's inhuman. If you guys are sort of looking at your Bitcoin performance relative to your altcoin, you better be looking at the Bitcoin pairing as well, eh? So just make sure of that. Okay, this is, hey, Cardano doesn't look too bad. You know, I actually caught a really good bid against Bitcoin. It sort of outperformed it for like 3 weeks. But yeah, look for this chart. We could see rally up into the diagonal. Does it break? I don't know if it breaks. I don't know if it breaks. It might not break. So brace yourself for that. ADA is going to $7 roll. I'm saying that with way too much conviction, but no, that's the target for the cup and handle. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, I am freaking exhausted. I think we've been at this for like a very long time. I'm going to have to go and grab some supper. But yeah, this was fun. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had an amazing time. These are the winners. These are 2 of the 3 winners because I was too clumsy to copy paste the other one. But of course, I will be adding this into the description as well as on the Discord chat. So if you're not already there, get into the Discord, themangoway.com/Discord. Make sure to take advantage of the $400 Bitunix bonus for free, just given to you to trade with. So yeah, don't fade this. It's only going to last till July 31st, so you only have a couple more days to actually get this in. On top of that dashboard, you guys know where to find this app.mangoresearch.co. It's our #1 go-to tool. But for those of you who want a bit more enlightenment and you want to take your trading to the next level, there is nothing better than the Mango Seed program. Sean leads that program. He has changed a lot of lives, and I definitely suggest checking out the testimonials section. Once again, this is also in the Discord chat. Go through it, talk to the seedlings if you're really looking to level up your game. I've been getting a lot of questions on it, queries on it, and I'm always going to say the same thing. The best people to ask are the people in the program themselves. And every Thursday, we got the mastermind call, so make sure to be there or be a circle. And with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.